Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about some updates to Pokémon Home that were announced today by the Pokémon Company. They've finally announced Scarlet and Violet compatibility for Pokémon Home, and it'll be coming on May 24th, which is next Wednesday. So sometime during that day, both Scarlet and Violet and Home will have an update most likely that will make that compatibility possible. This is really exciting because now all of the Pokemon that were transfer only will be allowed into the game. What's going to change with Pokemon Home? Well, this update is going to bring backwards compatibility to all the mainline games from Generation 8 onwards. That means Pokemon that you catch in Scarlet and Violet, if they are available in Pokemon Sword and Shield, can be transferred to that game. So for instance, if you're playing Scarlet and Violet and you catch a Riolu, and you want to have that in your Sword and Shield version for some reason, you can transfer it to Home and then into Sword and Shield. You could even transfer it into Arceus or into Diamond and Pearl because that Pokemon is available in all of those games. So if you're playing any of those games from Generation 8, those Pokemon are officially backwards compatible. They can go to any of those games now. Pokemon from Pokemon Bank, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu are still only forwards compatible. So you can only put them into Home. You cannot transfer them back once you've done that. You can, of course, put Pokemon into Pokemon Home and then move them back into Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu if they are still compatible with that game. But remember, once you take a Pokemon out of those games and put them into another one, they are no longer compatible in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So make sure you pay attention to that when you're doing it. Here's the Scarlet and Violet transfer list. These are all the Pokemon that will now be able to be transferred starting May 24th. They include Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, the legendary birds Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, Mewtwo and Mew, Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza, the lake spirits Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, the Sinnoh legendaries Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Giratina, Cresselia, and Arceus, Oshawott, Dewott, and Samurott, the Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus trio, Meloetta, Chespin, Quilladin, Chestnut, Fennekin, Braixen, and Delphox, Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja, so the Kalos starters, Carbink and Diancie, which remember are linked via lore, so they're both going to be acceptable. Hoopa and Volcanion, the other two mythicals from that region, are going to be involved as well. Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye, Magearna, Grookey, Thwackey, Rillaboom, Scorbunny, Reboot, Cinderace, and Sobble, Drizzile, and Teleon. So all the Galarian starters are returning. Zacian, Zamazenta, Eternatus, Cubfu, Urshifu, Zarude, Regieleki, Regidrago, Glastrier, Spectre, and Calyrex. So all of the legendaries from Sword and Shield are transferable. We only got a couple of years with them, so they're giving us a little bit more time. And then all the new Pokemon from Legends Arceus, Weirdeer, Cleaver, Ursaluna, Basculegion, Sneasler, Overqwil, and Enamorus are all transferable. When it comes to forms, any Pokemon that is already found in Scarlet and Violet, if they have a form from another region, that form is transferable. So all the Pikachu forms, so all the different hats, all that kind of stuff are transferable. Alolan Raichu you can transfer in. The Alolan Diglett and Dugtrio, Alolan Meowth and Alolan Persian, the Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine line, Galarian Slowpoke and its evolutions, Alolan Grimer and Muck, Hisuian Voltorb and Electrode, Tauros from Kanto can be transferred in. The Galarian legendary birds are now will be available through that. The Hisuian starter Pokemon like Typhlosion, Samurott, and Decidueye, Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, Hisuian Lilligant, the White Striped Basculin, Hisuian Zora and Zoroark, which you might already have if you bought the DLC already, Hisuian Braviary, Hisuian Sliggoo and Goodra, Avalugg from Hisui, the Pokeball Magearna, which you get for completing your Pokedex at home, that special movie Zarude that not a lot of people got, and then the Pavilions of all patterns are all transferable now. So any of those forms can also come into Scarlet and Violet starting the 24th. Also, when you connect Pokemon Home with Scarlet and Violet for the very first time, you will receive the Paldean starters with their hidden abilities. So if you haven't bred for these Pokemon yet, or tried to get them in some other way, you are now able to get them legally through Pokemon Home. So you can get Sprigatito, who has Protean, Fuecoco, who has the ability Unaware, Quaxley has Moxie, which is ridiculous. It should have Dancer, but I didn't make the Pokemon, so I guess I don't get to make that decision. Finally, some extra Scarlet and Violet news just to throw in there. Currently, you can receive a free golden bottle cap by using the mystery gift code GETGOLD in your Scarlet and Violet game. That'll get you a golden bottle cap you can use to EV or IV train your Pokemon. After this coming week, the second to last starter 7-star raid should be announced. Remember, that's either Rillaboom or Delphox will be the next one. And then if you played Pokemon Legends Arceus, since the transfer portal is coming up, you should make sure you have at least one copy of each of those Hisuian Pokemon to transfer into Home, because they're not going to be catchable normally. So make sure you have an Overquill, a Weirdeer, all those Pokemon ready to go so you can transfer them in if that's something you want to do. Thank you guys for watching. You can stay up to date on all Pokemon news by subscribing to the channel. And we'll see you next time there's something to share. Have a blast on May 24th. I know I will be. So see you then.